Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into another reading today, before we dive into the reading today, um, just a couple things. Things are still shifting on like how I'm sharing myself on here, and so each time when I'm drawn to go to a reading, Spirit's been kind of just like shifting some of the templates around it. And yeah, maybe it's like this channel is not necessarily just supposed to be general readings. So I'm gonna play around with that in the future. But yeah, ultimately, like guys, I started this page, this YouTube channel really for fun. Like there wasn't like a business oriented idea behind it. It's just if you guys knew me on Instagram, I had like two pages, and like over the past 2 years, both accounts, got taken down, and I've like started from scratch 3 times. And yeah, it's not that I don't feel like I'm not growing as I feel like I could be. But I just kind of was just guided to like play around with other avenues of sharing myself and sharing myself online with other people. So that's essentially like what drew me to the YouTube readings. It wasn't that I just like, oh my gosh, like I can, do these readings and it will help people, come to me. That's not, I really just started doing them for fun. So happy new moon to those of you that are celebrating or consciously working with the moon's energies. And let's go ahead and just dive in. Spirit, can you share with us the theme for the reading today? Kind of picking up on an energy of release, which is very interesting because full moons are usually for releases, new moons are usually for creation, new beginning. You can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. The how is in the now. What has your intuition been trying to tell you? And your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? What is has no bearing on what will be. Okay. Um, yeah, I feel this energy of you're looking to or trying to release something to make yourself lighter or to make yourself feel more fulfilled on your in your internal state. Gosh, I keep coming back to this. The past few readings, like an up level, like not an up leveling, but like an uprise in my heart, like the tense in my heart. So maybe if you're watching this and you feel that as well, maybe take some deep breaths through this reading and like do what you can to consciously use your breath to slow yourself down, to slow your heart rate down, just to slow things down on your inside in general. So, whatever that you're looking to release, whatever you're looking to step away from or to move away from or move into, the key to that, the key to figuring that out, the template, the blueprint, if you will, is laid out before you in the present moment. It's not in the past. It's not even necessarily in the future, but your ability to access that key that helps you move into the future is accessed through the present moment. So maybe I'm sharing this for some of you that might, maybe you have a tendency to overthink or to reflect on the past, to stay stuck in, past stories, or, even trying to predict what might happen in the future. You're being reminded, like through the beginning of this reading, that A, you're doing the work, but B, the work that you think hasn't been done yet, it is being done. And C, the more of the work that you can see, like the more of the results that you can see is your ability to work through it in the present moment. So let's go ahead and dive into some tarot and see what storyline comes forward to today. Spirit, what's the story for our character? Okie dokes. King of Pentacles sideways. Four of Pentacles upright. Nine of Cups reversed. Four of Cups upside down on the bottom. 494 might be prominent for somebody. Okay. The king feels like it's you. The King of Pentacles sideways feels like it's you. Yeah, you're working towards something is what I'm hearing. And it's interesting that with these two cards, I see this as like, I actually see this as confidence, like somebody who has confidence available to them, but is not necessarily accessing it. Does that make sense? It's like that timeline of embodying your confidence is present, but maybe you're struggling to do it. And this is like, yeah, it gives me this energy that you feel like maybe time's running out, or that like resources are running out, or that there are not enough of them. And since it came out like that, maybe some of us are in just that like lack mindset, scarcity mindset, fear, yeah, which would then make sense why we kind of feel like we're sideways, why we feel like we're not accessing like our true potential or our full potential. Why are we roadblocked? Six of Pentacles, please clarify this. Ten of Swords upright. Wow. I think we're roadblocked by this because you, and I'm saying I speak it like I speak these readings like we, because when I do these readings, I just want to break this down here. When I do these readings for you guys, I read them as if I'm with you, like kind of like if this is like a session and we're like just doing this live reading together. So when I say we, I'm not really talking like I'm reading for myself. I'm talking that I'm reading for you, and as if I'm just there present like with you while we're reading this. But I feel like these cards are telling me that the reason why you've been roadblocked is because you actually haven't really known what to do. Like you haven't known if something's good for you or not. Like this makes me feel like you feel like what's in front of you is a gift, like a blessing, but at the same time, this also makes me feel like what you see in front of you could be like a beginning of an ending of something that might be beneficial to end. So literally, like this sideways you, I mean, it makes perfect sense why you don't feel super confident, why you feel like there are opportunities kind of being pulled away from you. Because there's that's tough energy that you're in right now. That's tough energy to be in. Like I see these as like polar sort of opposite ideas or beliefs that you think of something that's happening right now in your life. Spirit, what else does this person need to see or be brought into their conscious awareness? The Magician. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I'm glad to see this. It's like you have everything. You have absolutely everything that you need to get yourself. I don't want to say to get yourself through this period because that's like scarcity. You have everything you need to alchemize whatever you want to alchemize. You have everything you need to transcend whatever programs or stuck frequencies that are still in your body that are just staying there. Like you have literally everything that you need. That's what I'm getting from this. So as disastrous or chaotic as this might seem right now in this moment, you wouldn't have been served it if you weren't the magician that you are. Like if you couldn't work your magic through it. Yeah, if you see he's got He's got his wands, he's got his cups, he's got his pentacles, he got his sword. So he's got everything. He's got roses. He's, with his hand like reaching down towards them. He has the infinity symbol over his head. Like, this is an infinite spirit who knows that human struggles are temporary. So maybe that served you just from hearing that. Like, you have everything you need, literally everything you need. What else, spirit? What else do they need to be brought into their awareness? Switch decks. What deck? Okay. I haven't gotten that new deck yet, you guys. I promise, though. You have everything you need. The fact that he's looking at his wand too, I'm intuitively drawn to say, and since we had no wand's energy in the spread yet, that the first action you might take to get yourself through this is going to be a fiery, like a driven action that you just know that you need to make. All right, spirit, what needs to be brought into this person's conscious awareness? We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. This fits this reading so well. Man, I wish at some point I'll be able to like teach more about the Hathors, but I don't feel I've embodied enough of their wisdom, their love, and their intelligence and related to them enough to be able to share a whole bunch of knowledge with you or to impart, a whole bunch of stuff to you guys. But the Hathors are very special beings, and they were a part of ancient Egypt. They have a very long, special story. And I'm gonna leave it at that just so I don't tarnish their story. But very, very loving beings, unconditionally loving beings. They helped do so much that so many people just don't know that they did. So, and still do. So I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna do all of these, I guess. The 4 more cards popped out, by the way. So the first one that popped out is perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Find some common ground. None of this matters. I understand it does because we're infinite souls that are multidimensional in nature on these very interesting soul journeys. So like after this life, it's an evolution that we're going through, we're experiencing. But I think the message that none of this matters is more about the intricacies of being annoyed that something didn't go your way, or being frustrated with another person that they didn't say something that you wanted them to say to you. This is about like the nuances, the dramas, the stuff that in the grand scheme of your soul's evolution don't matter as much as like the big soul lessons that you choose to work through and learn from down here. Is in that sense that none of that matters. None of the chaos, none of the drama like matters. It does, but it doesn't, right? So if you're somebody who finds yourself just stressing about little things or just like, overthinking things or just being flustered or energies like that. What if I told you that like 80-90% of the time that we feel energies like that, like if we consciously work through them, we can transmute them and not have to stay in that consciousness. So second card, big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, and inspired ideas. I like that this comes after perspective and telling you to zoom out. It's like zoom out because none of this matters. And now that you've zoomed out and, chilled yourself out, get to the bigger thinking. It's like none of this matters, but like all of this matters. This is what it's saying. So get yourself into a creative space. And if you are finding that you're in an area of your life where creative energies are not flowing around you, tune in with your environment. Are there things in your environment that are distorting your ability to be creative? Are you resting enough? Is your home environment comfortable enough? Is it inviting enough? Are you comfortable enough with yourself? There are so many things that go into why we are not in inspired and creative places. But yeah, get into create that space to be creative, because that's going to be where your ideas flourish. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. So yeah, this is perfect for this to pop out too. This is what this reminds me of. This is what this reminds me of. You are in an activating period, and this reminds me of just a reading a few days ago too. I feel like you are stepping into this. You are stepping into the magician, your magician's role to shift things in your life for the better. And just know it might not necessarily be an easy time. Like you might find these waves that you ride, and it's like, holy shit, this feels so easy, this is so light. And then that next day you ride one of those waves down. But it's important not to think that you just have to keep riding these top of the waves. Like, be okay with hitting the bottoms of those waves. Like that's the ebb and flow of the journey, right? I don't know why I needed to say that, but maybe that message was for somebody specific. Star family, call in your support. You're a part of the team of souls. So I think this came up about a week and a half ago, and I'd gotten this intuitive nudge to say to you guys to call in your astral support, like your team of light, your benevolent guides. But today I'm getting this energy of call in your earthly support. Reach out to your soul tribe. Reach out to people you care about. I feel like we're all in our own little individual bubbles, and trying to wanting to respect each other's journeys and the collective journey. But I feel like this is just me. But I feel like more people are now starting to come together in the physical, and in these certain points of the journey, it can, yeah. I just feel like more people are starting to come together. So very beautiful. Trying to decide if I want to do a couple more tarot cards or just leave it at that. Yeah, final messages for this soul. Outcome of this sort of chaotic energy. We understand the magician is here and they can get themselves through this, but how can you share like how that's going to come about? Any advice that might come forward for this soul watching? Thank you, Spirit. Use your discernment. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Definitely use your discernment. Because you are yearning for something, but you want to be in your magician's energy when when you're going for that. You don't want to be in your sideways King of Pentacles energy. You want to be in your embodied magician's energy to help you get where you're looking to get. But I'm also wanting to say embody your magician's energy and take care of this confusing stuff. Take care of what we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. Don't just embody the magician and forget about what you needed to take care of and then try to start making these moves to just get where you want to go. But it feels like some of you really are embodying the magician to clean up some of this recent past to help you move forward into your future. And again, listen to your intuition, trust your intuition. I feel like you're being heavily guided at this time to do whatever you feel is needed for you. But again, there are divine steps to take. Don't jump into step 3 and then start taking the tools from step 3 and trying to play step 9, 10, 11, and 12. Take step 3 as you move through 1, 2, and 3. Take step 3 and really polish up 1, 2, and 3 so that 4, 5, and 6 are better than 1, 2, and 3 were. You got that. So I'm going to leave it at that. If this message resonated, please like and subscribe. I don't want to be a tumbling coach forever. I want to help other people online, help people tap into their psychic gifts and abilities. So please like and subscribe. It'll share the word. Much love, guys, and I will see you guys next time.